We're not talking about accessible stationery enough. Okay, we are back and we're here to talk about stationery again. I want to bring up a topic, okay? Because I love a Paper Republic just as much as the next person, okay? I love a Louise Carmen. I also love a DIY Louise Carmen, okay? I love the luxury stationery journal vibes. I love the luxury stationery notebooks. I love luxury stationery, okay? But I feel like I'll speak for myself. I'm not seeing enough discourse about affordable, accessible stationery for everyone. Because the reality is, not everybody wants to pay $100 for a journal and then have to go out and pay another $50 to $100 for the notebooks to put in the journal. And yes, there are DIY options, but that also requires going out, sourcing leather. You have to buy crafting supplies to create it. And then you have to take the time to figure out how to put it together by yourself. Don't mind my little cords here. I still haven't trimmed them. I'm working on how tight I want my books to sit in there. But this took time. This took hours of time. I did this freehand. I just put the books I knew I wanted to use in here and measured it that way. But I had to source this leather. This was not a 15-minute project. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody has time for that. Not everybody has the desire to do that. But there are still people who want to have that multifunctional stationery feel without it being like a whole day project plus supply sourcing or, a $300 check. You know what I'm saying? So I want to introduce, I've talked about this once before. I've only seen one other YouTube video about this. This is the Kokio Systemic. This is going to be our topic for today's video, okay? This video is for the detectives, for the meter maids, for the health inspectors, okay? This video is for the people who have jobs where they need to walk and write and talk to people at the same time, okay? This video is for people who maybe want the portfolio journal feel without it actually being real leather or having to spend real leather prices. The vegans may not want to have a genuine leather journal cover, but maybe they still want that Louise Carmen feel, I want to talk about this today because this thing is a stationary workhorse and it's incredibly affordable. It's incredibly useful. It's very sturdy. I've had it for almost a year probably, and I'm not seeing a lot of people talk about this. I'm going to go through the different ways that you can use it, and then I'll show you how I use it because I do use this every day. This is a great option for people who are interested in that multi-journal feel without this price. This bundle here that I have in my hands, just this, nothing else on the table. Just this consisting of the Paper Republic journal cover and the 6 journals I have in here, plus my charm and my little binder clip, well over $100, right? And I'm not saying I regret spending that. I'm enjoying this. But I don't want to promote this as the only way to do stationery, as the only way to journal and plan on the go, journal and sketch on the go, etc., right? There's a lot of options that are a lot more accessible than this, a lot more cost effective than this. And some people don't want to carry real leather items because we love the cows, okay? The cows are really cute and the cows never did nothing to nobody. And, maybe you feel bad about, carrying around cow skin. I shouldn't laugh. Maybe you want to stay away from animal products, but you still want to have your your stationery time, you know, your stationery fun, your stationery vibes, okay? Let me show you this, okay? This is called the Kokio Systemic. It comes with a front pocket, a back pocket. It comes with a elastic band to hold everything together. This is an A5 size. I don't know that they make this in any other sizes at the moment, but this is a pretty standard size for a lot of notebooks. So this is still a really great option. Now, I have a couple things in here. Maybe I should take this out. I'm gonna take this out so I can show you what it looks like when you get it, and we'll go from there. So let me just pull this out. Okay. So what's so cool about this is that it's a trifold, right? You have multiple options. Look at this. They give you 2 areas where you can either fit a legal pad that you flip up this way, or utilize both the flaps and put an A5 notebook in there, okay? So this is legal pad A5 notebook option 1. Here we have legal pad A5 notebook option 2. And then back here, you have card slots and another big pocket where you can put stickers or a third A5 notebook, okay? The coolest part about this is the Systemic offers you the option to only have one notebook facing you at a time. If you're at a coffee shop with a small table, if you're on the go, if you're at work and you need to jot some things down, notebook 1, notebook 2, notebook 3, or you can have 2 of them accessible at the same time. I think that's why they refer to it as a systemic. It also comes with built-in bookmarks for each of your notebooks. This bookmark is going to go with your notebook that you have here. And then you have 2 more bookmarks in the middle. And because it has these little guys, you could actually add as many as you want. Just tie some more. It's just ribbon. You can add, more. So I'm going to show you what it looks like to put a couple different notebooks in here, because this is $20, right? You can buy this, get you a couple Muji notebooks, go to Daiso, get you a couple A5 Daiso notebooks, and be done and have the same stationery functionality as a stationery girly who spent $300 on her Louise Carmen, plus all the notebooks she put in there. No shade to her. I made my own, so obviously I like it. But that's not the only way to do stationery, right? Let me show you what I have here. I'm yapping. I'm getting passionate, okay? So I have a couple different A5. Now, a couple of these notebooks are going to be expensive. I'm not saying you have to buy these. This is a Hobonichi notebook. This is like $20, and it has like over 200 pages of Tomoe River paper. I'm going to argue that the average person is not using fountain pens, and therefore Tomoe River paper is not a necessity for everybody. So this is what I have on hand, but I also have a $6 Kokio notebook on hand, a $2 Daiso notebook on hand, and this is my new Stalogy 365 in A5 size. This is a chunky boy. I just have these different A5 options because I want to show you how much you can fit in here. I'm not saying that you have to go out and buy these notebooks. And low key, because of the way this is set up, you could take papers, if you just have paper at home, staple them together and make your own inserts. Stationery does not have to break the pockets, okay? The more creative you are, the more resourceful you are, you can make it whatever you want. If you want to splurge, go right ahead, girl. I'm right there with you. I have spent entirely too much money on stationery, but I also want to make content for people who don't need all of that, but still want to have that stationery functionality. You know what I'm saying? Oh my God, look at my onsen stickers that I just got from Daiso. Anyway, Okay, you can put your stickers in here. I had my little on-tin sticker in there in the front, but it goes all the way down. The pocket goes all the way down. It doesn't hold a lot though, but you can get like, if you have some envelopes, you got some mail you need to read, okay? This thing has so much functionality and it's very inexpensive, and I just want to make this video for any of the girlies who are just like, baby, I'm not about to spend all that money. So, all right. Now, the one thing I'll point out is if you are a spiral notebook girly, you're gonna get less stuff in here. You might have to fold it the other way. Let me start with, perfect example, right? I had this little notebook. It's an A5. You can make this, but if you don't feel like that, there are many inexpensive options. I had this slid into the front part. This is an A5. This is my A5 Nemesini tracker. And this one's really chunky. I just want to show you how much stuff you can get in here. You do not have to spend $300 on a journal. Because it has an elastic strap, there's 4 notebooks in there right now. Now, I haven't set them up, but I just want to show you, this thing fits a nice amount of stuff. You just have to figure out what direction you want your notebooks to go in, what you want to be facing you when you open it. It also has a pin loop, and it's a nice size pin loop. It can fit a lot of different stuff. Okay, so I'm getting ahead of myself. The only thing that will limit you is this side is wider than here. So when you put a notebook back here, let me put the Hobonichi back there. I'm just gonna play around with it a little bit. I have my own way of using it, but I'm just doing this for demonstration purposes, okay? Hobonichi has a nice hard cover. So this one, Hobonichi, it's a little bit chunkier. So this has a little bit of bowing, but it's flexible. I'm gonna slide. I don't have any legal pads. I don't prefer that notebook, so I don't have any. But I'm just gonna put, okay, so we have 1 A5, 2 A5, and then, I wonder if I can get this Stalogy in there. Pretend I slid the Stalogy in there. Look at that. So now you open it, the Stalogy will be open. Boom, right? You flip it open, you have this notebook, you have that notebook. Flip it under, you can just have this one. Flip it under again. You can flip this notebook under and just have, there's so many ways to use this, and I just feel like we're not talking about it as a great it's a great alternative to a Louise Carmen. Baby, you ain't got to spend that money. You can. I'm not judging. I did not need this. I didn't need it, and that's what helped me just go out and like be creative and make this one, because I couldn't justify purchasing, but I love it. I just love everything about stationery. So sometimes you just get your hands dirty and you make your own. But if you're working a lot, you got kids, not everybody has time for that, okay? This is 3 A5 notebooks in here, slid in, or you could put a legal one there. Boom. And then this one would be like that, and then like that. So it's like a little puzzle. They all fold in on each other, and then you hold it all together with this very sturdy strap. Okay, this is 3 notebooks. It's very sleek. You can slide it in your bag. It's basically the same size as an iPad, right? So you're going to work at a coffee shop, you got your iPad, you got your Kokio Systemic, you got a couple pens, you are done. You don't need anything else. Got your phone, go to the coffee shop, go to work. You know what I'm saying? You don't need a whole bunch of stuff unless you want to, okay? This is no shade for my girlies that got 9 notebooks in their bag, because sometimes I'm that girly. Okay, but I want to make content that's accessible for everyone. Not everybody needs Tomoe River paper. Not everybody needs a $300 leather notebook journal portfolio. And this is a great alternative. You can fit more in here. Now, you have 3 designated slots, but you can get creative. 2 more, 3 more, just to show you. Now, Now it's a little, this is too much. This is why I didn't stick this in here, because I didn't want to wrinkle my cover trying to demonstrate. Okay, 2 more. Okay, you can fit, if you stick the spiral on the outside, you can fit 2 more notebooks in here and you can still close it for the days where you have extra stuff. And even though they're not connected to anything on the inside, because the elastic goes under the bottom instead of going around the middle like this, you can put notebooks in there that don't have a elastic cord or a specified slot, and they're not going to fall out the bottom. This is 5 notebooks in here. I think that's the max, but it's only the max because this Stalogy has 365 pages. If you had slimmer notebooks, I'm a chunky notebook girl, so I don't have too many slim notebooks to demonstrate how many you could get if you did not have one that literally almost has 400 pages in it. But I think I've made my point. I think I've made my point regarding like how functional it is, how much stuff you can get in here. Okay, now I'm going to show you how I've been using it, but I just wanted to show you, if you're an A5 girly, look, this is definitely the size of a Hobonichi cousin. Even if you are a girly who's spending $50, $60, $70 on your planner, you still don't need to spend another $200 on the thing that you hold the planner in. You have options, okay? We're saving money out here in this economy. Clearly not me. Clearly not me. But, you know, we should be. I should be. Okay, so let me show you how I had it. Okay, here we go. Because I want to put this, I love this Hobonichi. Look at that. Oh, look at that art. This is one of the notebooks I haven't brought myself to be able to use yet because it's just so beautiful. But this notebook is incredible. I'm getting off track. I'm getting off track, and I'm promoting expensive stationery again. I'm sorry. I love it. I love it. This is a luxury notebook, okay? It's wonderful. It's beautiful, but you don't need it, okay? You don't need it. I didn't need it. I mean, I did. I absolutely needed it, which is why I bought it. But I'm here to promote accessible stationery, okay? Boom. So this is what I was doing. I just had a little graph notebook. Oops, look at my little stickers. Does anyone have this book bag, this Fjall Raven? Am I saying it right? I kind of want, this is on my wish list, but I'm telling myself I don't need any more stuff. So I haven't got, but a lot of the stationery girlies have this backpack. Anyway, I'm so distracted. Okay, so I got some stickers in here. I have some, because one thing about me, I love a 20-hole A5 Japanese stationery binder. So I'm always have some extra pages on me. So this is my Daiso, $2. You do not have to spend a lot of money on your stationery. So I had this in here so I can have a quick thing to jot stuff on. And then because you also have this flap, you can put your stickers. I had some mini size binder inserts. I was looking up some different ETFs that I might want to invest in. You know, one day at a time. I'm so busy buying stationery, you know what I'm saying? You can put a lot of stuff in here. Sometimes you got to wiggle it if you're doing a lot. I always do a lot with my stationery. So, see, moderation, I have heard of her. Like, I've met her, but I don't really know her, you know? I don't really know her like that. You know what I mean? Moderation, she seems cool, but I don't know. All right, we got some stickers. Got some stickers in here. I'm gonna show you. This is how I had it set up before I started this video. A lot of times I had this in here as like my daily tracker, but I have since realized that if I cannot see my tracker every day with my eyes, I'm not going to use it. I'm gonna fall off. So I'm thinking about something different to do with my trackers because it's very out of sight, out of mind for me. But what I've been doing is I fell in love with this A5 Muji rings. They sell the rings and this little PVC cover by itself. I picked up some extra PVC covers off of Temu. So I kind of decorated this. It comes just clear with the rings, but I put some Post-it notes in there. I put some calendar inserts in here. Also, Muji, very inexpensive. This binder system was less than $10. And then you can put whatever kind of paper that you want in here. So I have a planning section, I have an investing section, note-taking section, etc. So I have this thing pretty maxed out, but I like it because I can just pop it open, move stuff around, add more notes, add sticky notes to my notes. This is my brainstorming workhorse, and I like it because I can add dividers and tabbies and talk about multiple things at one time. I can switch the pages around. When I have new content ideas, I can put them next to other ideas. The thing about a binder that really just gets me going is the fact that you can build upon previous ideas and have the flexibility to alter the proximity of your ideas, alter the positioning of your ideas, and watch them grow within your notebook. So I just put this thing in here because it within itself doesn't have like a clasp or something to keep it closed. So I don't like throwing this in my bag by itself because I want to protect all my little pages. I could slide it in, but I like to take this out when I'm at home. So I just tuck it, okay? And I close it up. And this is what I do with it personally. So I've got stickers in here. When I open it up, it opens straight up to my scratch pad. So if there's something I want to jot down without having to like find it in here, I have that. And then I can bend that out of the way. So I just have my little binder part. Daiso also sells these little stickers. So you can create your own folder within the binder too. This is another thing that I think is very useful and very worthwhile as a stationery item that also did not cost that much money. So if we're looking at cost of what I have in here, okay, the Kokio Systemic itself was $20. This little A5 notebook here was $2. And this Muji was less than $10, very likely including the paper because Muji also sells 20 whole A5 papers inserts to go with the binder. So this is around $30, $35 for multiple notebooks and a very sturdy protective cover to go with it that also comes with a pin loop. I'm not saying you have to go out and get this, but if you're someone who's been watching all the stationery channels, watching all the stationery videos, and you're just looking for something accessible that's, you know, not a crazy price range, you don't need a lot of stuff, but it still has that functionality of a Louise Carmen, of a Paper Republic, this is a great option and it is not going to run you a lot of money. I just wanted to make this video. I feel really passionate about stationery. I love stationery, but I also want it to be accessible so everyone feels like they can participate. You can take this on the job. Do electricians need notebooks? You know what I'm saying? Like, you could use this for so many things, and it's really cheap. Depending on what you put inside of it, you can have the same amount of function as a $300 Louise Carmen for $30. This is the video. I wanted to make a video about a very useful, very awesome stationery item that I do not see a lot of people talking about. I love this thing, and you can make it yours. You know, I have a binder in here right now, but you could do a lot of different stuff with this, and it's very inexpensive. I just wanted to come on here and tell the girlies, okay? You don't have to spend a lot of money to have an efficient and multi-purpose stationery system. I love this thing. It comes in multiple colors, not a whole bunch of colors, but you know, maybe if more people start buying it, they'll make a little A6 size so people have more options. But no one's talking about this. No one is talking about it. I don't understand. You can fit so much stuff in here, and it's not real leather for all the vegans out there, and it's also not $300. You know what I'm saying? A win is a win. This is a stationary win, and it's slept on in our community. Why is nobody talking about this? Let me de-influence you from buying the thing that I have sitting right here. You don't need it, although it's gorgeous. who am I kidding? You know, I love it. I'm just here to give alternative options, okay? Because you don't have to spend a lot of money to be a stationery girly. Okay? Okay, this was $35. Okay, total, everything included. The stickers was cheap too, because Daiso, listen, don't be in Daiso every week though. You gotta chill. I'm talking to me, not you. So yeah, I just wanted to come and share that. I hope this is helpful for somebody. You know, in this economy, we gotta save money. Lord only knows what's about to happen, okay? But we still need our joy. We still need our stationary joy. So I hope this was helpful. Thank you for watching my videos. People have been leaving such nice and kind comments. You guys are so nice. Oh my gosh. I love doing this now. Like, I'm getting really excited. I'm like, ooh, I got some new subscribers. Welcome. And thank you so much for watching and leaving kind comments. It really brings me joy, and it encourages me to find more useful things to make videos about. All right, you guys. Have a good day.